A very good evening from India. Welcome everyone who are watching us live to the global talk show powered by Business Power Academy, Netherlands. And today we have a great eminent personality, a great guest, a great artist, a great poet, and what a great not. He is a global educator. He is a global international speaker. And today, it's a privilege to be with him on this talk show. So, my guest is Mr. Rupam Mukherjee. Mr. Rupam, welcome to our show.
Thank you very much, ma'am, for giving me this opportunity over here to speak something about myself. Thank you.
Well, Rupam, we all know your journey as a leaf artist, as a poet, but still, everybody is having inquisitiveness to know what exactly your life journey is.
Okay, so good evening and namaste to everyone showing this particular live show from different parts of the country. Especially, I must mention that I'm a teacher by profession, not by default, obviously a teacher by profession only. So basically, being a teacher, it becomes like accompanied with each and everyone. We have to do some particular work like that is much more knowledgeable with everyone because we teachers have certain duties in our schools, some responsibilities are there, we have to do it. Now along with that, the chapter is getting closed for a teacher. Nowadays during this pandemic situation, so many things have come up, but I have noticed even we all teachers have come in a like very global platform. We have got so many platforms like Zoom was there and different other like social media sites where we have accompanied the seminar have totally changed to a webinar that we are totally like accompanied with. So especially my journey started as a global educator only because I met with a major accident in the month of September 2020 during the COVID pandemic situation. And it was a terrible, the broken part of my legs. My leg got totally broken into two parts. And the scientific knowledge, the terms in the medicine science that we used to call as tibia and fibula, they got totally broke into two parts. And on the very next day, like the doctors operated my leg, and I was in my journey of almost like 7 months. Doctor fixed my leg with fixation of titanium rods, plates, nails, screws. Still it is there in my leg. It was a really very terrible and pathetic journey. I have seen everyone, and that was happening during this puja vacation and this Diwali vacation during this time, because the only one thing which I was having in my particular lifestyle, that was only tears, nothing else was there, because I have seen everyone gathering near the house of my family members. They are going outside. I have seen, because just behind of the back show only, there is a main road where I can see the pandals were there, the idols were there, immersion was going on. And I was the only person who was lying in the bed. So I decided myself that, because though it was very pathetic, because the doctor almost said that I won't be able to walk properly, or maybe if I walk, it should be in a journey like maybe in a wheelchair or maybe in a crutch, because I have almost like my accidental situation is something like that, in which like it was totally like a god's like a miracle should come up. So that has not yet happened. I developed myself that I think that I have to do something better for myself, because I have to look out my family members, because I can see the tears. I can see my family members having a tears in their eyes. I decided that let's wake up and do something better. I started writing some poetry, because I almost used to write down some poems and everything during my school life, even in my teaching profession, also, even by giving some magazines. I used to write down some poetry. I started writing some poetries, and my friend is also a very good poet. So we both consulted, and he said to me, Rupam, you have written such a nice poem. Why you have made it so lengthy? Why not a little bit, you make it a little bit small? I said, how many lines I should make it? He said, you make it at a very minimum, because it would be really like very attractive. Though it is very attractive, make it more attractive. I said, okay, then make it more attractive. So attractions has given a totally a second chance. And along with that, the poetry was of almost like six words in three lines, and I must say the poetry. It was dew bloomed, leaves withered, and winter came. It was basically about the journey of the winter season. The leaves, you can see the wet of the leaves can be totally visible. The fog season, early in the morning, you used to see the fog. So winter is coming up and winter is arriving. And that time also I can understand that maybe by God's grace, I will be able to walk properly. That was what I was thinking. So almost my knowledgeable thing was giving me a sixth sense. Then I started in the social media, I started to find it out that there was some book of records going on. I talked with them. I sent all my details and everything. And they have given me a congratulations after 1 week or maybe after 2 weeks. That congratulations, this is really a very good record for Indian Book of Records, and we must used to go for it. And I was very much thankful to them. And suddenly this news got so much spread in my particular location and locality that everyone started like giving me a call, my friends, my relatives, and even like those who I know very well, even maybe my school teachers, those who have taught me, and maybe now they are quite old nowadays, still they are a teacher. Even I'm also a teacher. So they have given me congratulations, my dear. You have given like shown up a very good path for us. You have given us a proud for our particular place where I used to live in Asansol, in West Bengal, in Kolkata. So suddenly this journey started me, a global impact in my life. So once you become a person behind this particular, like, and even they given me a title like I become the first person from India to pen the smallest poetry, to pen the smallest poetry of six words in three lines, ever in the category of flora and fauna, because nobody has written that side of any poetry on the marxism of flora and fauna.
That's
That's
great.
what I have did. Yeah, that's what I have did. So I started writing again. Then I said that let it be in a very perfect situation. Press, media, news, everywhere it has like shown up or given me a very good limelight over here. I went for cutting off my stitches. I still remember it was a very painful journey. I went to nursing home and hospital for cutting off my stitches, and my family members were there along with me. I
Oh,
was in a wheelchair and even I was in a bed.
my
Two people
goodness.
came to me. They said me, are you Rupam Mukherjee? I said, yes. So I said, yes, how can I help you? He said, uh, can you please wake up? I said, why? Because I'm lying in a bed in a very terrible situation. No, we want to take a photograph with you. I said, for what purpose? He said that I have seen you in the television. You have written the smallest poetry. I said, okay, okay, yeah, right, right. They said me, sir, can you please give me your photograph or I want to take a selfie with you? I said, see, my situation is very difficult. Now I'm not in the mood to take a selfie because obviously the stitches are still there
Definitely.
almost.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, the stitches are almost like if I totally count, it was 37 stitches.
Oh my God.
37 stitches. The lower portion it was 16 and rest it was the knee part. It was fully damaged. So I got a very good motivation in that particular hospital nursing home that someone is following me. Means maybe I'm in some particular reason or some particular level where my stitches pains are not more important than the person who came to me are quite important in my particular life. The same situation it happened with my particular lifestyle as an educator. I met with many foreigners, I met with many foreign educators, those who have consulted with me, those who have like quite aware of my particular journey, and they said that you are a like very talent you have, and why don't you come up as a motivational speaker to do some motivations? I said the one particular thing I started doing myself as a work as a motivator. I used to like talk with different people. I had a wonderful knowledge, wonderful journey with several educators, foreign educators. So it given me a very good journey in my lifestyle. So it has given me a very good path in my life. It has thrown a path or maybe a light in my life. That yes, what I remember, that appreciation is the currency of success. What I believe. You don't require any euros, you don't require any pounds, you don't require any currencies. No krona, no dirham, no real, no dinar, nothing. The most important thing is appreciation. If you have a proper appreciation in your life, if you get a proper appreciation, whosoever it is, maybe your father, maybe your mother, maybe your parents, your better half, whosoever it is, even a son and a daughter also, if I tell, if father, you are doing a very good job, mother, you are doing a very good job, that is the best appreciation. What I personally
Very
believe.
true. Very true.
Because appreciation is always giving a very good situational, it creates a bridge. Just like a poet, what happens in our poetry, we used to write down so many things, menace, inspirational thoughts and quotes, but we have to understand what is basically the bridge. There should not be a gap of a bridge, but there should be a joining line of a bridge. So appreciation plays that particular impact. So that's why I always used to say that appreciation is the currency of success. Once you get appreciation from anyone, suppose if you give me, wow, Rupam, you're doing a wonderful job, it means that is the appreciation. It will give me my inner motivation that I have to do much more better. What I am present right now, I have to do much more better. That is what appreciation. So this appreciation part was going on. Lots of people have called me up for different motivational speakers, as a panelist, as a speaker, eminent speaker. Even I got an information as a collaboration with Witty Gossip also, Dr. Supriya Patak ma'am, like, who has given me an opportunity to be a global convener for a sustainable development goals. We have 17 goals. By 2030, we are going to take a advantage of it. So I have been chosen as a global convener.
That's
That was
really
my
great.
appreciation.
Super.
Yeah, that was my appreciation. That was my appreciation. So this is how the journey started. Then suddenly I decided, while lying in the bed, this thing was going on while lying in the bed only. That time I was not able to walk properly. It was during this particular lifestyle of my 7 months of my journey. Remaining 3 months or 4 months was still left. I was lying down in the bed, and the nurses and the hospital staffs used to come me for checking of my dresses and wounds and everything in my home. And that day I was like feeling a lot of pain because the stitches were not yet totally dried up, and still like blood was coming out. So there was sudden pain. Obviously, a pain used to come up. So this pain, I was lying in the bed and I informed my father that, Father, whenever you are going out, kindly bring that particular leaf from that tree. My father asked me, what you will do with that leaf? I said, I will do something to change my mind and to change to the feelings of the pain that I'm getting. Because it's a very terrible, because I've already informed you that it's a 37 stitches. So it's really very pathetic to understand, to feel the pain of the surgery. So he has given me two particular leaves, and I have decided that let me do something with that particular leaf. I started writing some, creating some particular parts of the leaves. First, I made a butterfly. I designed it in a very nice way. Then I said, oh, this butterfly is not up to the mark. I started with another leaf. So soon by soon, so this has become an habit in me, because I was lying in the bed. I was not having anything. The only thing which I was having is to give an instruction to my parents that bring this and bring that. They did all my like knowledgeable items in front of my hands. Then suddenly 26th January, Republic Day of India, was very coming soon near. I drafted 26th January on the leaf and I sent it to the press media, one reporter. He said, it's a very wonderful thing. So let me check it out if it is applicable in the newspaper. So though it was not applicable, because we almost used to see what the other peoples used to see, because I'm not worried about it. But he gave me a very good word. Rupam, your craftsmanship of the leaf art is very good. So again, I got an appreciation. So soon again, once I get an appreciation again, it gave me an added advantage in my life. Like we have motivational speakers. Mr. Sandeep Maheshwari, the eminent guru, is over there. So see, I also got that part of motivation in my life, that he said me about my leaf art. let it try it. Why not? So soon after that, it went very nicely. Then the particular day was coming up about a very renowned football player from Egypt. He is known as the Egyptian king, Muhammad Salah, Mo Salah. He is though my favorite footballer as well as Lionel Messi. So I drafted them and I posted in my Facebook. So everybody liked it very nicely. And they said, wow, it is so nice, this, that. Means lots of things were coming. Even I shared the same thing in the Facebook also. Same appreciation I got it. Then I said, let make it as a journey in my life. I started creating different leaf arts for different eminent personalities. Maybe for the Prime Minister of India, maybe for the President of India, maybe different categories. Even I crafted for a very renowned film actor as well as a very social activist, Mr. Sonu Sood. I posted a leaf art to him in the Insta and I tagged him and he shared it in his personal wall also. That was my very good advantage. So once I get in touch with, like Sonu Sood said that he liked my pic as well as he posted it, I was really very happy. The same thing happened with Tulsi Kumar, madam. Is also a very good renowned female singer. I drafted it, I posted it. Again, the same situation. He messaged me up in the Instagram personally that wow, and after that, she posted the whole reel in her personal Insta story. And soon I got,
That's really amazing and
yeah,
motivating.
yeah,
Yeah, super.
yeah. And that was like when I saw the post of the story, means I was really very wondered. Means not about my family members, I himself was very much wondered that what is going on. Am I like dreaming or not? So even she posted it in a very nice way. And it was in such a nice system. I thought, let it work properly. I drafted so many things, and nowadays, by God's grace, it is widely accepted everywhere. I'm getting an order from different countries,
That
and
we
maybe
can
like
see
recently, yeah,
everywhere on the social media. Your leaves, art rate, portrait. Everybody is, appreciating it. That's really great.
yeah, thank you. And for you also, I have a gift, Uh,
Yes. That how can I
see,
forget it? Wow.
this is your liver.
So all the viewers who are watching us live can see Rupam's art, that is his leaf art, who has crafted my portrait too. And if you are willing to craft yours, kindly contact him. That's really amazing, Rupam. It's really, really good.
Thank you. Thank you. Even like Ganpati Bappa situation was coming up, like Ganesh Chaturthi, which is celebrated in Mumbai.
Mhm.
So one of my known person like said, Kirupam, Ganesh Puja is there. So why don't you craft a leaf and post it on the Facebook? I said, okay, fine. Then I posted away this.
Oh, this is really amazing. Yes. Can you make it just a little bit down?
Yeah.
Yes, this is perfect. Very nice. Excellent. It's really, it's a miraculous
Yeah, exactly.
leaf art, I can say.
Yeah. This is one of my another friend from like Bozana.
Mhm.
These are all the leaf arts
Wow.
like I have to prepare. Again, this is a Hungarian singer.
Oh, yes.
This is an Hungarian singer. From right also the same situation, from left also the same situation.
Mhm. That is visible. That's really great, Rupam. And
Yeah.
I was very, very, amazed to see your this leaf art which you have developed when doctor has told you to be on bed rest. You're
Yeah.
37, you were in stitches, and this is really, really inspirational. And one thing I really liked about your journey, which you said, appreciation and motivation, which
Yeah.
ignites a spark in anybody's personality. And that when you will just cheer up any person, he can go and do the wonders. That's really, really great. So,
Yeah, that
Rupam,
is the main thing.
I
That
will
is the
say,
main thing. Like,
sure, sure.
yeah.
I will say only one thing that the way you told your story, It's really, really great. Even I have seen when people will have in 37 stitches, my God, everybody will give up. It's a human nature. But I would like to tell my viewers who are watching us live, see Mr. Rupam. He was in such an agony, such a pain, and where he used doctor advised him to take rest, he was crafting on the leaf and he was writing a lot of poetry. So don't you think it's an inspirational? It's a magical inspirational, and everybody should take a motivation and inspiration journey from Mr. Rupam. That's what the message we are getting in his full life journey. Well, Rupam, moving to my next journey, or you can say next question. Anyhow, you have included everything in your journey of challenges, meeting people. But
Yeah.
still, I want to know, when you had this accident, don't you think that it was really a heartbroken thing when people used to tell, oh, you cannot do this thing, whether you will wake up or not? So, how you have dealt those negative challenges in your life?
Yeah, it's a very good question, and the answer is also very perfect from my side also. As for the question, what you have said, exactly, the people always used to say, because negative thoughts used to come always in our mind. That is the main thing. Even like what we have seen being a teacher, sometimes we have faced so many teachers in our life that who used to tell that this student is very bad, this student is not good, you will not pass, you will fail. But being a teacher, to be very honest, I always used to tell my particular students, you will pass. Because once if you say being a teacher that you will pass, it means a student will definitely pass. And once if you say that you will not pass, you will not able to get a job, everybody will get a job and you will roam here and there with a jobless person,
Mhm.
the person's, the heart used to get broken.
Very true.
Because nowadays the students system is, they are in a very current generation, they are more sharper than our knowledge nowadays.
Very
Because I am seeing so many talents coming up everywhere. I used to come as an international judge, I have seen everywhere. Like many people have invited me as an international judge also. So I visited in the, like, maybe in the virtual mode only.
true. Mhm.
So that is the most important thing, which we never used to expect or never used to think of our mind. The younger students, the younger minds, young minds, they are coming up with that particular scenarios. So that is basically a plus point for them.
Very true.
Even many people have said me about this, that I won't be able to do this, I won't be able to do that. I just listen from this head here and throw it out from there. That is the most important thing, because you have to be careful about your particular wills, that whether you are doing the path in a right way or not. That is the most important thing. Many people have said me, oh, what sort of poetry is that? That is not a good poetry. I said, okay, it's not a good poetry, but it has a very good inner meaning, because the poets only understand what is the inner meaning basically. Because if I say to anyone that dew bloomed, leaves withered, and winter came, it is a very understanding situation. It's a very understanding situation. So people have their own minds, people have their own words. So just you have to take the good words from the people, and it should be a challenging for you. What I used to always check. If anybody is telling me anything, I used to take with a very beautiful smile and I take it as a challenge. That yes, I have to develop. If anybody is telling, suppose a very few months ago only, one of my known person has said me that, Rupam, you have written 6 words in 3 lines. Why don't you make it short? I said, how much short? I said, make. Maybe in one line, 4 words or 5 words. I said, okay, fine. Though I have prepared, very soon I will send it for another record also. I will go for another world record, right? So this is the main thing. I always used to take the positive side
That's
rather than
true.
the negative one.
Very nice.
That is the main thing. Yeah, because once if you start taking the negative vibes, you will not develop.
Ah, definitely.
You will not develop at all. Always you have to take the positive side,
That's
because
really great.
there are two ignited minds in our lifestyle. There are two ignited minds. One is the positive, one is the negative. Like in a battery, we have a positive as well as a negative. So positive, negative, both will make in a form of a neutral, or maybe you remain in a positive, so you'll always be neutral like me. That is the main thing which I always used to feel myself.
That's really great, Rupam. Uh, I was about to ask so many questions, but it's really great that you have compiled up my all questions like challenges, motivation in one answer, and I'm very grateful that I need not to ask any question. Well, moving in my journey, my next question I would like to know that what is your basic mission in your life?
My basic mission basically stands nowadays for three particular like ways. One is basically my leaf art, which I want to spread to everywhere throughout the world, so that people gets connected with me, maybe in the form of an anthology of books, or maybe in any other concept. My mission number two, especially if I tell about my poetry, I want the young mind should read the story of a successful cover up in the form of a journey, or maybe in the form of a book. Because we are writing so many poetries, we are writing so many words, maybe meaningless words, maybe words accompanied by different others, maybe in a very blandly or maybe in a very hinged way. But that should be covered up in a form of a book. That is one particular thing. And the most important thing is the motivation nowadays, which is like really very lacking in our, it has become a lacuna. It has become a lacuna in our particular society, what I have seen, that discourage, disagreed, and especially basically what I have observed is that no one is getting a motivation. Rather, everyone is trying to demotivate. That is the main thing. So regarding for the motivation, the my mission for the motivation is those who are the failures, or those who have still the tendency to give not to give up their journey. I'm always with their side. I'm always with them.
That's really I can say golden lines which you have motivated everyone. Go forward, dart forward, and when you said in your first answer, appreciation and motivation,
Yeah,
करत करत अभ्यास को जड़वती होत सुजान. That one Hindi proverb is coming in my mind. When you will give a
yeah.
lot of practice and appreciation to any person, even a dumb person can become the wise. And that's what is the message of Mr. Rupam in his journey. So I must advise everyone to go for it and take their life a great, meaningful way, like how he made it. So that's really great, Rupam. And of course, as you
Thank you,
said,
thank you, thank you very much.
appreciation, motivation, that's you are the master. That I need not to tell again and again. Well, when we are moving and when you have ignited a spark, then I want to know one thing, what message, because you are being watching by thousands of viewers today on the global platform. So what message would you like to give to your audience?
My message for the audience will be in a very, in a very short way, that be motivated always in the life. What others are telling, forget it. Move forward. Like we always have a very two words, move on in our career. That is the most important thing. Because message in the sense is basically coming up with lots of positive and negative vibes also. Many will take in a positive way, many will take in a negative way. But motivators, what like we when we used to go for a motivational session or as a speaker, I always used to tell to each and everyone, especially in different countries, I used to go for a session, maybe in a live session or maybe some other programs also. I have seen so many people, a small boy, like last year only, yeah, in the 2021 on 14th August, it was like 11 o'clock or 12 o'clock in the midnight. I was having a session in Nigeria. I have seen some small boys, they are playing a saxophone, and one boy was not like able to cope up with that. So I instructed the trainer that don't scold or don't tell anything, because once you speak any rough word, automatically from the very next day, that particular boy will not come up with the saxophone. Let it do whatever he feels like. If he's not playing according to the rhythm, let it be. Because we trainers, we coaches, whatever we have think, once we become a coach, we used to think that we know everything. But still, we have to learn a lot from our juniors also. Even sometimes also I used to tell my students that today I will be your like student only, not a teacher. You will only teach. Students used to tell, Tisa, this is a very tough one. I said, see, this is not a tough one. Whatever you have understood, whatever you have gone through the book, from the course, from the syllabus, whatever you have done, kindly speak it out. Because once you speak out, the possibilities will come up with a speaking system. That is what a very important message I want to give to the speakers as well as to the audience also. Because once you start demotivating anyone, there will be a problem. Because we motivators always used to think about this particular ideas. We have some particular, the mindset bliss. We used to call it as a mindset bliss. So
Right.
that is basically a life journey. Because I have been in touch with so many people from different parts of the country, especially from Africa, regarding like gender based violence, domestic violence. So many things are coming up. I have seen. Sometimes I have to give some motivational speech to those particular women also. They're totally deprived of their own lifestyle. I said, no, your duty, because our human life is very crucial and it's very important for each and everyone. My life is very precious for me, because once if I close my eyes, I will not be able to see whether I am getting involved in any talk show or not, whether it will be a global talk show, whether it will be a whatever talk show. I will totally like my mind will be totally out of mind, out of sight. What happens in our midnight? We used to close our eyes, we used to go to sleep and take rest. We used to forget everything in our life, what we are. Again, early in the morning when we woke up from the bed, that time we used to remember, oh, we are this. That is your challenge. That is your possibility. That is what my message involves to all the respective audience. That be motivated, be courageous, and obviously whatever you are doing is the best one. If
That's
you are
it.
doing
I
it in
would
a very
say,
nice way, yeah, that
I
is the
would say
most
only
important thing
one
what I
thing,
remember.
that after listening to you, really you have motivated everyone today with your journey, including me, that
Thank you,
how
thank
it
you,
was taking
thank you,
a great vibes, and you have spread the positive vibes around the globe, around the world, you can say. And
thank you, thank you. It's
of
my pleasure.
course, yes. And of course, never ever demotivate anyone. Always praise everyone. So, a lot of messages today Mr. Rupam has given. And I am sure my audience would love this electrifying session and exhilarating session. It elevates you, it motivates you, and it starts you forward on your journey. So, thank you so much, Rupam, for igniting this sparkling fire today. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much for the invitation and for listening to all the particular audiences. A due respect for me towards each and everyone for listening to that particular global talk show. Thank you
Thank
very
you.
much. Namaste from my side.
Okay. And thank you to my audience who are constantly inspiring us, motivating us. So keep doing that and stay happy, healthy, hale and hearty. Till then, good night and stay tuned for another show. Thank you. Bye bye.
Thank you.